Now, these are getting harder and harder to find. You were looking at a 1 carat up, fully certified, D flawless Golconda diamond. Now, the only way to get these stones is to buy historical gems dating back 200, 300, 400 years ago. And you actually buy them in this like rose cut shape because back in the day, they didn't really cut like this. You can see the European cuts from like 50, 80, 100 years ago that are sort of faceted awkwardly, but still in a roundish or a marquee shape, but they faceted the bottom. But when you look back at the historical Golconda diamonds of ancient India, they are predominantly more of like rose cuts. Now, the problem is they didn't go after clarity back in the day. They weren't interested. They were looking at more light dispersing or popping off of the top facets because what they would do is flatten the bottom, cut like a cabochon cut and facet the top of the cabochon cut, and that is how light would reflect off of the top facets. And of course, clarity mattered, but it wasn't the predominant thing like it is now. It wasn't like they were looking for flawless, nor did they have the equipment to actually, or the microscopes or anything to actually define what flawless was. So most of the historical diamonds of Golconda are actually, SI clarity, VS clarity, have small impurities in them. So what Kat does is she buys these historical diamonds and she recuts them into the perfect D flawless diamond. Now, they're all type 2A Golconda varieties, right? Which have that, that has that purity, that high, that lack of nitrogen, that has more optical brilliance than any other diamond in the world. And that's why they're globally renowned. So you get the paperwork from the GIA defining, the type 2A, the Golconda, etc. But what you've got here is a perfectly cut, perfect, D-flawless, historical Golconda diamond. The marquise has been cut remarkably. The stone weighs only 1.02 carat. It looks like a 1.5 carat diamond, guys. Also, she has put 3.07 carat of marquise D-flawless diamonds around this marquise diamond. D-flawless diamonds, it's like 1 in 3 million diamonds. So they're extremely rare. It's like looking for the needle in the haystack. Then the marquise is only 1 out of 100 diamonds that are D-flawless. So it's 1 in 300 million diamonds do we ever get a marquise. I always tell Kat, use them sparingly because we don't get a lot of them. We cut hundreds of thousands of diamonds to only get a very small segment, you know what I mean? Like 1,000 diamonds. It's ridiculous. We cut so many diamonds, even trying to buy the best rough, we end up selling most of it back into the market because it might be D color, right? But it'll be D color, but it won't be flawless. It'll be internally flawless, or it'll be VS1. So we have to sell it back into the market because Kat will only use the perfect D flawless diamonds, or it'll be an E color. It looked like D color when we bought the rough, but it became E or F color after going under the microscope and testing each piece with our 26 gemologists that are constantly checking it from the GIA. So it is a process, it is an effort, it is constantly a battle to get this, and the marquise, 3.07 carats. She put all the marquise in one ring. That's Kat Florence. She don't listen. She don't care. She just makes beauty happen. And that's what you've got here. Aeronautically engineered, one of the rarest diamonds in the world, if not the rarest diamond because of its historical value. And then 3.07 carats of the most complex cut to get out of D flawless. So this is madness on top of madness. And worse, if you want to throw fuel into the fire or really slap the bear, right? Check this out. When I look at the Don's Club price on this, I'm like, oh my goodness, there is no way to even replace the mount, let alone the center diamond. This is insane. It cannot happen again. It will not happen again. Once you see this price, you take out the cost of the mount, which would cost over 20-odd thousand to replace right now, that diamond. Oh, you can't even find it. Whoever gets this, it is a steal. It is a deal. You've got a rare diamond, fully certified, all the paperwork, all the provenance, rocking and rolling. This is going to be a lot of bling coming out of that ring.